Hello everyone, welcome to the Tournament Centre here at the end of day 2 of Pro Tour Return to Ravnica. Rich Hagon, the Pro Tour historian Brian David-Marshall. BDM rarely has so much math mattered to so many.
Yeah, we talk about these events all the time where you get to that last round and maybe there's one round paired up, paired down, where suddenly something doesn't work out right. People can't just shake hands, go get dinner, and show up for the top 8 tomorrow. We had 22 players who were in the mix for 8 spots playing in the last round.
As some of you will have known if you've seen these things before, 22 into 8 doesn't go. So let's take it from the top, because one guy who didn't have any last round drama, well at least not the can I make it into the top 8 drama, was Stanislav Cifka of the Czech Republic. As the historian, put what he did achieve, and so nearly achieved, into some context.
Well, I mean, this is one of the top 3 Swiss performances we've seen at a Pro Tour over the past half a decade. You know, you have Luis Scott Vargas in San Diego going 16-0 in the Swiss. There was Conley Woods going 13-0-2 at Worlds, just the last World Championships, and now Stanislav Cifka goes 15-1. He was 30-3 through the first 15 rounds. He lost 3 games.
Yeah. Yes.
Lost 3 games. That's insane. It was just an utterly dominating performance by both player and I think by deck, where he was playing the second breakfast deck.
So this is a combo deck.
It's a combo deck. I like to refer to it as the artistry formerly known as eggs. This is a deck where you're, a lot of artifacts that draw you a card when you sacrifice them or when they come into play, and you dig through your deck. You have Lotus Blooms that you suspend or reshape into, and then you have Second Sunrise. You have the new Second Sunrise, and you just
Faith's Reward,
and you just plow through your deck until you find your Pyrite Spellbomb, and then your Second Sunrise is just keep putting them on the bottom of your deck with Conjurer's Bauble and infinitely kill your opponent.
Okay, that worked 15 times in a row. It didn't work in the last round, which meant no 16-0. It also meant very good news for his last round opponent.
Yeah, Kelvin Chu, the Singaporean national champion, played at the World Magic Cup. He's playing Infect. I would actually argue that there was some drama for Stanislav Cifka in that he really doesn't want Kelvin Chu sticking around and playing in the top 8 if there's any chance that he has to face him.
Yep. Well,
it's a bad matchup for him.
Sure. So Kelvin Chu is your second player into the top 8 just because of that result. Now, we had a pair of IDs, and this was the fabulous David Ochoa, the man with the moustache, the star of Walking the Plains. Who knew he'd turn into a movie star, eh? Fantastic. Yeah, and so much respect in the hall for David when he made it in.
Player who got the platinum last year without making the top 8 of a Pro Tour, has been playing for a long time. When he goes back to the mid-90s playing the game. Has been playing on the Pro Tour steadily for the past few years as a member of Channel Fireball. And, he's gotten the top 16, he's gotten close, he's been on national teams, but he's never been able to, close that last length of track to break the ribbon, and he finally did it. Huge round of applause for him in the hall.
Absolutely. And the person he ID'd with, and so this then gets his opponent in, Shi-Chan Lee.
Grand Prix champion.
Yep, from Birmingham 2008, Hong Kong. A pro, great guy, good player, into the top 8. Top stuff.
Englishman in the top 8. You have to be very excited.
I do, and so does France, and so does Canada, and so do all his other multiple nationalities. Eduardo Sajgalic, terrific story.
You might know him under his real name, Jason Bourne.
Oh, yeah. No, Eduardo, terrific guy. Basically, born French. He's played on the Canadian national team at Worlds in Rome. He's played for Great Britain. He lives in Britain, a real fixture on the Pro Tour qualifier circuit. Played in half a dozen Pro Tours or so. And boy, did he ever like the fact that the cut to day 2 was not 5-3, but 4-4.
Right, 4-4 is what it takes to advance. With 2 rounds left to play on day 1, he is 2-3-1. A loss eliminates him. And under the old system, he would already be eliminated from day 2 contention. But new system, new rules, 4-4 gets you there. He's like, well, I just have to win my last 2 rounds. And then I can hope for a money finish on day 2.
Yeah, well, he's
you know
done
what I mean?
that. He
I
did
get
have
to
a money
play,
finish.
I can scrap together some wins, and hopefully I can, get some 10 straight wins. Win to end day 1. And then win and win and win. Sweep his draft, 5 rounds of Modern, keep on winning, have to play in the last round, win. 10-round winning streak. Almost in some ways more impressive to me than Stanislav Cifka's streak, who at some point he's just, I'm out there. It's, whatever.
I'm gold fishing against rounds 14 and 15.
This is someone who really, he really had to get in there and fight in every. There are, probably abrasions of brick points in his back because that's where he's been the, entire tournament since round 6.
Now, in that last round, he beat Willie Adel 3 times, Pro Tour top 8 man. Willie was in bits of anxiety, wondering whether his tiebreaks would hold up. One of many, many people on 36 points. Did they?
They did. Willie ends up being in 7th place. His tiebreakers were good enough. Just up ahead of him in the standings is someone who's coming off of a big win.
Absolutely.
Within the last month or month and a half.
Sure. Our dual player of the year from 2009 and now again here in 2012, courtesy of his win at the Players' Championship.
Former Rookie of the Year, 2-time Player of the Year.
6-time Grand Prix champion with his 16 GP top 8s. Yuya Watanabe.
How many Pro Tour top 8s is this for him?
1. Right?
No, he's Austin.
Watanabe? Sure. I think it's his second.
You think it's just his second? Yeah,
I think so. But what is terrific for him, I must say, his opponent in the last round, Zoltan Istvan Tamady from Hungary. What a great performance he put in. Just came up short. So
he's in 18th place, so we get to see him again in Montreal. Right. He gets to come back and try to improve on an 18th place finish.
Okay, we have 7. Who's the 8th?
So at the end of round, we see Pedro Carvalho from Brazil, head in hands, anguished. I was like, oh my God, he must have lost a terrible, terrible game. But he didn't. He won. He couldn't contain his emotions. They expressed themselves, just grotesquely almost. But now he had to wait and find out. Sitting there with Willie Adel in the feature match area, waiting for them to make the announcement. His tiebreakers hold up. He's the 8th seed from Brazil, Pedro Carvalho. That's your top 8. 9th and 10th, Ari Lax, Gabriel Nassif.
Quite good alternates.
Quite good alternates, yeah.
We have 16 rounds gone, 6 of draft, 10 of modern. There are 3 rounds of modern left. Make sure you do put all your eggs in one basket and join us tomorrow for a great day of modern action. Cifka, Infect, Adel, all the guys, and maybe Watanabe claiming one of the best of all time as he just dominates yet again. It's all going to be here on magicthegathering.com. Thanks for your company. 2 days, 1 to go. Brian David-Marshall, Rich Hagon. Bye.